Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, but bitch, we got views.
So there was a mutual friend, not here, that came and told us. I think we might have been right back around the high school or something. But Cody was living by the high school, and evidently that's how they bumped into each other. But Cody had this little rolling boss beat machine. And we had never even seen no outboard gear, no, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we had a little group called Too Real, and we were right in the stages of trying to build it. All the West Monroe rap talent, and at the time it was a lot. But Cody, we met him, we got a couple of beats, and then we said, why don't Cody produce for Too Real? And then he started producing for everybody, like 20 guys.
Yeah.
And we would go record every Sunday, and we would go to Diamond Recording Services right here in the, and that's really where we built all our foundation at. Mr. Sam kind of told us, this is, you know, y'all come and have fun. I want y'all to have fun, but you can imagine that many street kids and all that piled up on Sunday. Yeah. You know, we was going out there treating it like a party when, you know, he kind of, you know,
like
kind of tell us what was allowed, what it's okay to do at the studio, and what ain't okay, and shot it straight to us, and we loved him for that. That's why we got along with him, because he told us how it was going to be out there.
Yeah.
But taught us etiquette way to go and way the future of how we was expected to be able to act, and what we was going, how we was going to handle ourselves at the studio. But anyway, Sam Diamond comes in the mix. We start building a pretty dominant little team, you know.
Yeah.
Big records. Just so many young egos and talented guys. I was harder to deal with. Everybody was. We was young, wanting to do our own shit. So we eventually started peeling off. But Cody was the one guy that we might miss 5 years.
Yeah.
And then we had some tragic shit happen, you know, and then, you know, life hit us good. But we always, and I wouldn't pick anybody to come fucking with my shit. And you'll probably get a little glimpse while you hear how big a part he is of my sound. You know, the beats just don't come with those drops. The beats just don't come with those edits. You know, we fit that motherfucker to go with my vocal.
Yeah.
You know, and it gives it even more of that riding vibe. But yeah, Cody Oliphant, beats by Codeine, Dino on the beats and the button, bitch.
And so y'all known each other for how long? 20 years?
Yeah, like 98.
Yeah.
Cody, I'll let you run this last little section. You answer the last little bit.
So y'all, how did y'all meet? Did y'all go to school together?
Nah, I just
That's how he was talking about?
Yeah, I started producing and just through it was not here though.
Yeah.
It was not here. Just through a guy, they were like, I got these guys that rap, and so it was like, well,
let's
hook up. So after that, it was like just nonstop.
Yeah.
Just nonstop. And especially back then, nobody was getting paid for anything. So just like going in there, just making beats. It was all love. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford to buy them.
Yeah.
Now we torn, you know, it was a joke, but you got Cody a pack of Newport shorts and a 24-ounce Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And he was in there.
Over.
He was in there, yeah.
Yeah.
You said, Jay'd say, shit, y'all make sure y'all got him plenty of Mountain Dew and cigarettes, and that motherfucker gonna be straight. Yeah.
That's what made it so dope then, because that's all you needed back then, because it was you just want to do it for the love of it. You know what I mean? It was a lot simpler back then too.
Yeah, we was like 18.
Yeah.
Cody said something the other day that stuck me. Maybe said it a long time ago. He said, "Dog, you know, I go back listening through all old shit, and you still basically doing the same shit that you started doing. You just kind of progress, but the subject matter and the style, you know, it's all kind of."
The only thing that's changed is the audience.
Yeah.
Like
he's just growing his audience. Yeah.
So, because if you listen to the old songs and you listen to the ones now, they like it's the same vibe. Like especially the same, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I always try to I always try to spark it, fire it, uplift. You know, that's like the first ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, especially since everybody took to the 16 bar challenge, we know for sure now that our crowd, they kind of tend to like it when we go a little bit harder, a little bit more aggressive flow.
Right.
Because a lot of the guys are starting to get into, you know, a little bit out of rap, come back in, you know. We'd love to get out and experiment, but we want to, for the people that want it, we want to still give them that gold era straight wrecking.
Right.
Oh, for
straight
sure.
Rap, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons why you have gotten such a huge influx of people, because people are being exposed to you that didn't know about you, and that's what you exhibit when you're doing this stuff, man. Like, it's just straight. It's that raw. It's super fire. It's talent. Your talent is through the roof.
Thank you.
But it's original, and it's like nobody sounds like you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're not trying to sound like anybody else. And even when I was going back on those old albums that you have on your Apple Music that you said were early, maybe 2010, 2011, maybe earlier than that.
Yeah, so most of that stuff was what
That
we
was
were just, to try to tie that in.
Yeah.
That's that Wood Ready. That's a country rap album in 2000.
Yeah, way back.
That we was trying to bring that vibe in. Wood Ready, right?
Yeah.
Wood makes paper, paper makes cash.
Yeah.
We ready to make some money, and from the wood to the fucking hood. Now the two real shit before Wood Ready was fucking from the wood to the head. Baby, we have been trying to get this player, country, thug. We have been trying to pump this, but we was always way too early.
Yeah. Ahead of your time, yeah.
We was always way too early, and people just...
Because the only ones I knew on a mainstream level that was doing it at that time was probably Nappy Roots. And that was just because they were close to where I was at.
Oh, and we had, Bubba was an influence.
For sure.
You got to show Nappy Roots and Bubba Sparks. You got to show them some love, but more so on the total opposite spectrum, who I don't think gets enough credit, is the guy that coined this shit and really created it was Chad Butler. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, for sure.
MC.
My favorite of all time, dog.
He really, was the first one ever to talk some country rap shit.
Country rap tunes, yeah.
Those two words used together, I've never heard nobody personally say it before Chad did. So.
Yeah, I remember hearing him saying country rap tunes. I mean, in the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
And like, for sure.
When he was having all the trouble with the East Coast publishing and distributors, they wanted to hold him up, and when they found Southwest, when we got our own distribution down here, baby, shit, that wasn't no talking no more. That's why he said, you put your shit on that side and I put my shit on this side, and we see who sell out the fastest.
Yeah.
Because once they had Southwest down here, baby, and them local and them Texas and Louisiana boys and all them, I think everybody used Southwest.
Yeah.
Because back then we wasn't just trying to find out who they were. We wanted to find out who made their fucking beats, who they shipped through, who they distribute. Because with it being so close right there, Texas, New Orleans, all these people right here around you blowing up, man, it seemed like, dude, this is a possibility for real.
It was physical though.
Yeah.
It's like
physical
you got boxes of
Yeah.
CDs right
Yeah.
now. So.
And the hustle was different too. You had to get in a van or get in a truck or get in the car and take your ass to wherever you was going back then.
Post up in a mall or a parking lot or whatever. Yeah.
You used to be on the corner over there, right off the Louisville Bridge.
Yeah. We got a bridge in town, and the red lights are pretty long and the red lights are pretty close. So you can get both oncoming and outgoing traffic right there at the red light. And if you had somebody on the other corner, you could get 4 cars at one time.
Yeah.
Not everybody, most people would pass, but that's where I developed my sales skills. I really didn't know what I was doing back then, but I was developing what I'd later use in my remodeling business for just, being able
Gift the gab, dog. Yep. Yeah. For sure.
And I found out down here with this hard and rough of a culture of people, these are rough people. Rough-edged, they love and sweet people, but they're real rough-edged too. How I had to be, and it was like only one thing worked, but I had to be my 100% true version. If they thought they smelled any bullshit, they was on, you know, on you.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of developed into my transparent, I'm going to just give you the game. You going to think it's game, but I'm really just being honest with you and telling you the truth.
Yeah.
You know, when people think it sounds like game, baby, I ain't got no fucking game to kick.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the facts and my personal opinion.
Right.
And stand on it like it's law, baby.
It's just because it's the way you deliver it, dog. That's why they think it's game.
Yeah.
But it's just who you are. You know what I mean? And I think that's probably why. Because it's so natural to you that I think that's probably why people would think it's game because of that.
Yeah. And a lot of people might get deceived looking for something and try to think it's slick talking, but baby, I found out a long time ago that the only real way you're going to be able to connect with somebody, you know, is peeling it all back, you know, letting them see that raw, you know.
It's like the shout outs you do though too.
Yeah,
the shout outs. Yeah, you know, some people might take it wrong, but like if it's an artist, like you know every one of their words in every song. You know what I'm saying? It's just showing respect.
Student of the game.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, you know.
It's like you did on the church remix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you know, at some point you know, we gotta make it cool to be able to compliment men, and not only that, we gotta make it cool to compliment artists too. Like, man, damn boy, you know, the climate is, you know, like, baby, we should be out here. Come on, man, if you think it's dope, baby, hit me up. Don't worry about what the other connection and that.
Exactly.
Like, let's see how me and you deal with each other directly. You know what I mean? And if it's good, it's good. If it ain't, it ain't. But let's see. You know,
that's the big problem. Like with the industry, though, man. Everybody's in competition.
Yeah.
We're not in competition with anybody.
I'm with competition.
We're trying to outdo ourselves.
Yeah,
every time we're just trying to outdo ourselves. So that's the only competition we have.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like if you've lost that, you might want to go try another style, or if you've lost that hunger to get in there and say, bitch, I bet don't nobody want to come behind me on this one.
Yep.
You know, I don't know. I just feel like you should carry that hunger with you if you're going to continue to do this style of music. It almost calls for that.
Yeah.
You know, we lost that DMX, dog. That what he did to you when it came on. And he wasn't even saying no crazy triple entendre lyrics. He was just kicking that raw, dog. And he said it and he meant it, and you could put chills up your arms because you knew he meant what he was saying.
But you could rap a nursery rhyme and it's going to sound really aggressive. You know, like if he raps a nursery rhyme, it's going to sound like he's hurting somebody.